Greetings to one and all. In this video, we are going to learn about types and methods of research and look at the examples for each type. In our class, we have already studied about the following types of research: fundamental or pure or basic research, applied or action research, explanatory research, exploratory research, experimental research, descriptive research, diagnostic research, and analytical research. Let us begin with fundamental or pure or basic research. Pure research involves developing and testing theories and hypotheses that are intellectually challenging to the researcher but may or may not have practical application at the present time or in the future. Here we come to understand that pure research is concerned with proposed beliefs and assumptions that are challenging to what is known by the researcher, but it may or may not be of any use at that time period or in the future. Thus, such work often involves the testing of hypotheses containing very abstract and specialized concepts. Therefore, pure research provides a way to the researcher to test or examine or check if his belief or assumption which are difficult to understand and are unique. Pure research is also concerned with the development, examination, verification, and refinement of research methods, procedures, techniques, and tools that form the body of research methodology. It also involves evolving, analyzing, confirming, and improving the methods used in research, which together form the research methodology. Let us look at some examples of pure research. How did the universe begin? No one surely knows the answer to this question, as no one existed at that particular time. But with help of research methodology, we have come up with many different theories to explain this particular phenomenon. What is the specific genetic code of fruit fly? A fruit fly is a very small organism, yet with help of many theories by different scientists in the past, we are able to identify its genetic code in detail, developing an instrument to measure the stress level in people. In these days, everyone suffers with stress, which could lead to some serious health issues. Thus, such a research may be vague but would help us to lead a healthy life. Now, let us move on to applied or action research. Most of the research in the social sciences is applied. In other words, the research techniques, procedures, and methods that form the body of research methodology are applied to the collection of information about various aspects of a situation, issue, problem, or phenomenon, so that information gathered can be used in other ways, such as for policy formulation, administration, and the enhancement of understanding of a phenomenon. Here, research methods and all the things that make up research methodology are used on information of different types of scenario which we have in front of us to develop something new or to improve our understanding of something. Let us look at some examples of applied research. Improve agricultural crop production. In the field of agriculture, we constantly come across the new changes introduced to increase our crop production. Most of the time, we use pre-existing research on other crops, on a new crop, which gives us increase in the production of the crop, thus improving crop production. Treat or cure a specific disease. In the similar manner, we apply various plant protection methods to fight diseases that are specific to a crop. The methods are mostly pre-existing research which helps us to cure the disease. Now we learn about explanatory research. It attempts to clarify why and how there is a relationship between two aspects of a situation or phenomenon. It helps establish why and how a relationship between two things come to be. In case of explanatory type of research, we are interested to know what causes which kind of effect. This brings in the topic of principle of cause and effect relationship. Explanatory research studies the reason behind the cause of a phenomenon and the effect created by the phenomenon. It is based on the principle of cause and effect, meaning what made the occurrence of the phenomenon and what happens after it occurs. Let us look at some examples of explanatory research. How does salary influence employee satisfaction? Here, we observe that salary given is the cause and employee satisfaction is the effect. The researcher studies the relationship between the two. How does room temperature influence student performance in exams? Here, the change in room temperature is the cause and the effect is how well or how the student performs in the exam. Next, we come to exploratory research. When a study is undertaken with the objective either to explore an area where little is known or to investigate the possibilities for undertaking a particular research study. This type of research is conducted to find out or unearth the things which are not known to us or about which we have very little information, or to examine or analyze the things which could be possible by studying a particular research study. It allows the researcher to familiarize him or herself with the problem or concept to be studied and perhaps generate hypotheses to be tested. It helps the researcher to have a better understanding of the problem or concept, and he or she can come up with their own assumptions which could be then tested. The results of exploratory research are not usually useful for decision making by themselves, but can provide significant insight into a given situation. The results are not always helpful to deciding on something, but gives a better view of the given situation or condition. Let us look at examples of exploratory research. Study into the role of social networking sites as an effective marketing communication channel. We may not come to any solid conclusion from this, but it helps us understand the role which is played by these social networking sites as a platform to advertise and market commodities by acting as a medium or channel. Product research. Organizations conduct two major researches when working on a new product or service. The first one is conducted before developing the product, while the second one is conducted after product development. Our focus will be on the exploratory research conducted after product development. For tech products, it is called the beta testing stage of product development. If a new feature is added to an existing app, for example, product researchers will want to investigate whether the feature will be well received among the users. If the feature added to the app is something that is already in existence, then the research is not exploratory. If Telegram, which is a messaging app, adds a status feature to its app, the beta research stage of the app is not exploratory. This is because this feature is something that is already in existence and they can easily get enough information from WhatsApp or Instagram. However, if it is a new feature like the Snapchat filters, when they just came out, the research is explanatory. In this case, exploratory research is carried out using a focus group of beta testers. Now we shall learn about experimental research. It is one in which the researcher makes changes in independent variables and studies their effects on dependent variables under controlled conditions. The variable which is supposed to be the cause of change is known as independent variable, and the variable that varies as a consequence of change is called the dependent variable. The researcher makes modifications in independent variable and observes the change caused by it on the dependent variable. The independent variable is thought to come before the dependent variable in time. Three essential components of experimental research are control, manipulation, and measurement. Independent variables come into action before the dependent variable, and we observe that in experimental research, three things are of great importance, which are control, manipulation, and measurement. Now, let us look at some examples of experimental research. A group of students are given a reading test who then participate in an extensive reading program, after which they are retested. Here we can see that first the children are tested without any prior training, and after a training program they are retested. Here the extensive reading program is believed to have brought some change in the reading ability of the students, and thus the students are tested before and after taking it. Blood sugar level of 100 people is tested before and after an exercise session. Here the exercise session is the independent variable and the change in blood sugar level of the people is the dependent variable. Now we will learn about descriptive research. It involves the description, recording, analysis, and interpretation of the present nature. In other words, describing different things. This research type comprises of giving a written account written as an evidence with detailed examination and explanation of the present state of something. As far as the composition or process of phenomenon is considered, the focus is on prevailing conditions or as how a person, group, or thing behaves or functions in the present. In other words, as far as the mixture or combining of the elements or ingredients of a particular phenomenon is to be considered, the attention is given to the current condition or how others react to it or work on it. It often involves some type of comparison or contrast. There are three main types of descriptive methods: observational method, case study method, and survey method. It is considered with examining of two or more items to draw out the similarity or dissimilarity between them. We have already studied the types of descriptive methods in class, which are observational method, case study method, and survey method. Let us look at some examples of descriptive research. A study on small farmers and their problems. In this study, the demographic characteristics of small farmers, their cropping pattern, farming system, and such other items are studied intensively and extensively. Now we will learn about diagnostic research. In diagnostic studies, the researcher is more concerned with discovering and testing whether certain variables are associated. In this, the researcher is more focused on finding and examining a relationship between particular variables. Let us look at some example of diagnostic research. Study on voting behavior of rural people. In this study, the researcher will ask questions in his mind such as: is level of education related to voting behavior? Is urban impact or cosmopolitan influence related to voting behavior? Or is exposure to mass media related to voting behavior? In all these, he tries to find the relation between voting behavior and what might influence it in the rural population. Let us compare the descriptive and diagnostic research. The design and method of the descriptive and diagnostic research studies are the same. There is no difference which has to be taken into consideration. Both the research studies have similar design and methods. There is no difference that is taken into account. The descriptive studies are sort of status studies, where the facts are brought to the light. Thus, in a study of adoption gap, the descriptive study states that so much percentage of farmers do not have knowledge, so much percentage do not adopt new bajra variety, so many do not use fertilizer, etc. Here we see that descriptive studies is more about status or position or rank studies, which brings out actual occurrences in front of the researcher. For example, when examining the gap between those who adopt a technology and those who don't, descriptive studies lets us know the actual number or percentage, such as how many farmers do not know about it, how many do not adopt a new bajra variety, how many do not use fertilizer, and so on. Last but not the least, we shall see what is analytical research. It is primarily concerned with testing hypotheses and specifying and interpreting relationships by analyzing the facts or information already available. It mainly focuses on examining the assumptions and detailing and explaining the relations with the help of studying the facts or information or knowledge or detail which is pre-existing. Let us look at the example of analytical research. Research on a company's financial performance over long times. The researcher examines the old records and thus analyzes if the company has a better financial performance or is it going into a loss. Hence, we have studied all the different types of research with their appropriate examples. I hope this video has been educational and you have understood how these research studies are different from each other and unique in their own way. Lastly, I would like to thank ma'am for this opportunity and also providing me with the different examples you just saw and heard about. Thank you all for patiently listening and seeing this video.